My name is Brian Kipchumba. I'm grateful for this opportunity. I am 27 years old. I am living with HIV. I was born with HIV, so basically I have lived with it my entire life. Was growing up in that space, growing up in that area whereby you have to deal with a long life illness. I got the opportunity to meet with other young people or other children like me. I started as we continued, of course, with care and everything. Yeah, I've had experiences where I've had to lead. I've had to lead support groups. I've had to organize for more youth-friendly or adolescent-friendly centers. These are centers that will focus on the needs or on the requirements of adolescents and young people living with HIV. They do help them because one, getting enables them to get the psychosocial kind of support. Yeah? It also helps them, realize the kind of talents they have and giftings, and by just creating a space whereby they can meet and exchange ideas. There are a few. Okay, here we call them chamas, but these are groups that are for economic empowerment, basically. It has enabled them to grow financially. One thing I understand, especially with the young people and adolescents, especially where I come from, is that they tend to shy away, especially whenever they see an older person. So they may not be able to talk, they may not be able to really say whatever they're going through. But just leading them in a way where they're within their peers has enabled us to find out issues that they've been going through and probably been keeping quiet about. I guide them through care because that's basic. Yeah, we achieve this through having support groups and focused group discussions. We also achieve them through one-on-one sessions, just listening to them and helping them find somebody who can be able to, or linking them to someone who is in a position to help them. Some of the challenges I get to see, especially when it comes to leading them, is number one, there are those that start engaging in other risky behaviors, yeah? Such as drugs, which is something that is a really big challenge. Another issue is, especially when we are talking about orphans and those who are vulnerable, because probably they don't have a stable place, they don't have a stable home, they may end up being victims of abuse. Another challenge comes in terms of keeping them in school because they may not be able to pay their fees as expected, not unless the government or any other NGO walks them through. They are not completing the education. My number one recommendation that they should look on how to walk them through school so that they can just complete their education without having to worry about the school fee and everything. Another recommendation would be giving them a place, and I'm talking on behalf of orphans and vulnerable children, just getting a place where they can, let's say, call home until they are mature enough to handle themselves. Another recommendation is to see them partner and see on how we can really work on the risky behaviors. That's drugs, that's engaging in sexual activity that puts them at a risk. I think it would be a recommendation if probably they'd find partners here and to see what can be done in those areas. I think what young leaders really need is guidance, or should I say mentorship, from people who have been there before, from people or people just who are willing to provide this kind of mentorship. Because honestly, at times, it reaches a point you feel like it's also heavy on your side, and you just or those moments you really don't know what to figure out. Yeah. So I'm thinking if young leaders can have that kind of mentorship, it would be a good thing. And also if they could be a way to have a platform where these young leaders can meet, share at that level, like what they're going through, what has worked on their that other side. It would be a really nice thing so that you can keep growing and keep helping. Okay, thank you.